Hello, everybody. Welcome to the channel. I'm so super stoked, guys. Super stoked. If you're in here, tweet the room out. Tweet the room out, guys. We always have special guests. We have a really special guest today, guys. Adam Shelton is here. He's here. So we're going to bring him on. Let's go, Adam Shelton.
Let's go.
What's up, Adam?
Yeah. I'm excited about it.
How are you? Are you excited? I'm excited too.
Yeah, there's a lot to be excited about. I mean, we're just getting things started in the new year, February. A lot to look forward to.
A lot. And we're just, like you said, just getting started. Hey, guys, tweet the room out. Get some more folks in here. As usual, I always want to start with just the question of how you came into crypto and Volt.
Yes. How I came to crypto was Bitcoin was my first purchase. And it was just a friend of mine. He just said, hey, buy Bitcoin. Was back in 2000, I would say 15, 16. And I was into stocks when I still am. He just told me one day, hey, I just bought this Bitcoin. I heard that's going to do good things. He said, just put a couple $100 in there. So I did. I forgot about it. Just like set it and forget it. Came back a few months later, there was profit. I'm like, wow, this is actually could be something. And this was back in like 2015, 2016. And so then I moved over to Ethereum and then moved on to XRP and others. So I got in it from a friend that just told me to buy it one day. And at that time, Bitcoin had some research, but didn't have like a ton. And so I just kind of bought it. And then I just got it. And then how I got into Vault was back in 2000. Was it 21, I believe? Paulo Crow, good friends with Paulo Crow. That's my guy. He actually mentioned it one day. He's like, he talked about Vault. And the community was small at the time. He had Powers Wright was there. I think DJ was there. I'm trying to remember. Very small people that was talking about Vault. And it was all I remember was the Disney character. And I live in Daytona Beach, so I do remember the whole Disney Vault character, really. And I was like, man, this could be something. And that was around the time where Shinobi and some other projects were really starting to get going. So Vault launched at a really good time. And so I was excited about it. And because I was still coming from the Shiba and some other community project that did very well, I was like, Vault can do pretty good. But it took time for Vault to get things going what it is now. And that's the thing about with crypto is it's a patient game, really. It's a community game. And I think Vault is definitely one of those projects that, or companies, or whatever you call it, that been through a lot. And I've been saying it, $1 billion market cap in the bull run. No question, because of what the foundation they built back in the day. So got into Vault really early on, I remember. And it's been great ever since. I mean, the community's hype. It's one of the best communities out there, if you say. And more things to come, man. It's a lot more things to come.
I don't. I'm sorry. I stay voted. I stay excited about Vote. Hey, this last year, you know, we blood, sweat, and tears. Yeah. It's been real. It's been real. But you know what? I learned so much over this past year with this bear market. And for me, Vitoshi has just done outstanding in the time that he's had. You know, he didn't have to rush through anything because, you know, there was nothing going on. To first say, you know, it was just rough out there. I used to day trade and stuff, so I was making all kind of money until I wasn't.
Yeah.
It hit bad. It hit bad. But when I looked up Volt and and I've been here ever since. And I really just wholeheartedly believe in the project. And I've been watching your videos. You are crazy.
Yeah, I would get into it. I mean, because I remember, like, if I look, my first, let me go check. I'll check out my first Volt video. and it's been a minute really since we've been covering Volt. But what I liked about Volt in the beginning was they were just a in the beginning it was just a community. It was all about community sharing the wealth. They didn't have much at the time, but there was a lot of things in store. But we had to wait for it. So Volt built the community first, and that's what I really wish Project really would focus on. Is just built a community first, and then it was the utility that followed afterwards. So the whole lightning bolts and all that stuff, that wasn't even there, man. They built that community, kind of built all that in the very beginning. There wasn't a lot of that.
Really? I see.
No,
You see, I
people
look. I'm like,
now
no votes.
now it is. I mean, it was like a what? It was in the. You got to think about when you're starting a company. When you're starting a company, it's not a whole lot there, but the community kind of brought a lot of the lightning bolts. When I see a lightning bolt, it's Volt. But I believe the community kind of started all that. So when people are coming in, they probably always think that it has always been this way. It's like, no, like it started from the ground level. I believe Volt learned a lot what Shiva did and other projects did in terms of building the community and having something that you stand by. One thing Volt I like about they have their own lily symbol, the lightning bolt, get volted, all that stuff. That's good branding. That is good branding, and that's from the community and leadership team from Volt. Is that you need to have a brand or something that separates you apart, you know? And so, same thing with me. When people think a captain, it's me. It's so you got to have something that recognize. When I see a lightning bolt, yep, that's Volt. Even when it's thunderstorming outside, damn, it's Volting outside. It's crazy.
Yes, it is. That's right, though. But that name, it's crazy how when you said the brand part of it's just brandable. Period. It's just, I mean, that's just what it is. When I looked at it, I say he's just freaking genius. Who comes out with Volt and then it can just do whatever, and it just took off in so many directions. The sponsorships, the partnerships, all these different things there's just been really going on. I'm gonna bring Kira up, but I want to ask you a question. What are you most excited about?
In terms of Volt?
Of Volt, yes. I'm sorry, yeah.
I mean, there's a lot to really pinpoint in terms of being excited about. I think you know what? I think really excited about Volt is them beginning. I think they're just getting started. I think they're just getting started. I really do. Voltoshi definitely will keep you on your toes. I like what the Volta change has done. It allowed other projects to give them something to go by, let them get it ready and buy on their page, get them do transaction on their page. I thought that was a great idea. The Volta Flex, I think, is a wonderful idea in terms of just growing their brand more. I don't know if it's just one thing. I would say that the over 100 exchanges, the partnerships they've have, the communities continue spreading, the trending that seem like they always trending. There's so much to look pinpoint one thing on, but I would say they're just beginning. That's exciting right there. Just understanding they're just beginning. That's what I'm really excited about. I would say.
Yes. Hi, Kara.
Yeah.
Hello. How are you doing?
That's our security lady, one of the security ladies.
Security. Yeah, you gotta have it.
Yeah, she knows all about Swift and all that technical stuff, which I know nothing about.
Yeah, a little bit of background and all of that. So, how are we doing? Thank you for joining. My first question is like, what made you want to get into the influencer space? Like, what made you want to talk about this space? Like, what excited you? Like, did you have a previous, history with influencing and talking and public speaking, or I'm always curious how people get here.
Well, I was behind the scenes and I would trade stocks and crypto. And, I was like, you know what, let me start doing a couple of videos based on what I'm doing. And then at that time I was working at a job and I would just trade and buy crypto and stocks and then just basically work. But then I started looking at YouTube and I noticed, I can start talking about this more. So I started doing things over your top 20, top 100 cryptocurrency that people know of. So I did a lot of videos over there. But then when the meme coin community project really started to rev it up, I started to dabble into that. Dogecoin, Shiba was the first couple that I really did. And then I just kind of went from there. And I remember like back in, what was it, 2021, I was sitting with Zach Humphreys. Never gonna forget this. We looked at each other like, man, we're gonna have to quit our jobs. We're gonna quit our jobs because it was starting to be so much that we needed to cover. And I was like, man, we can really help a lot of people just educating people, not just me and or him himself. So we both quit our job around the same time. We're like, man, let's just go full time in this influencer thing and really like help out people, find the right projects, break down projects like Vault, and really help people in terms of connecting. And so that's why Holla happened. And then I always had a passion for video and passion for, speaking, making people laugh. Look at my foot, it's green. People start laughing. But anyway, I mean, it's I always had a passion of speaking. And then you brought in like crypto and content creation of it. It was a really good fit for me.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like create content in general about different things, and Vault's like Vault is I get so excited when there's news come out, and I'm like, oh man, I'm doing this. I'll have all my stuff on this actually desk areas where I'm going to say this. Oh, I got to get some thunderstorms. So I treat it like art. I treat it like a work of art. It's just not taking a project and reviewing it. That's not my game. I take it like art. I take it seriously. Okay, I got to say it at this mark. Okay, I got to have a little bit of snow and flowers or whatever. And so I have it all like this. So I just don't treat it like a lot of people just take it and just kind of go through it. But that's fine. That's not me.
Yeah. You gotta get people excited about stuff. And it's easy it's easy with a project like Volt because there's always something to talk about, I feel like, right? There's always something.
But it's always something. And a shout out to Pablo, man. That guy there, he told me about it back in the day. Yeah. He just said, man, this project called Vault in You. I'm like, Vault in You? So I think he told me about it. And we've already been connected for a while, back in the Shiba days. But shout out to the Vault community, Powers Right, DJ, Crypto, all those guys, because I learned about it from them, and then I was like, yeah, let's do it. And I just checked my one of my videos. My first video was about maybe a year and a half ago. Old logo, all that stuff. I think I found, and I started the conversation. I think I found something to call a Disney doll. That's what the video started. Like, I think I found something. But anyway, I'm happy to be here, and I'm glad you're securing things in the crypto space.
Well, not me personally with Voltoshi's project.
Like you said, she went, not me.
I can't take any credit for anything other than getting in the VC and helping people realize that get a ledger, So, yeah. What was your moment that you kind of knew you made it in crypto? Right? There's always a moment where you're like, oh snap. You look at a wallet, or you're just like, oh my god, right?
Well, I told this story a few times where a friend of mine that's a multimillionaire, he told me in 2020 to buy Shiba, and I didn't buy Shiba. And Shiba was bought basically about a month and a half, just released, and no one knew about it. Not many knew about it. Some people did. He told me to buy it. I didn't buy it. 3 times he told me to buy it in 2020. I was like, no, I'm not going to buy it. I'm going to buy my VeChain, going to buy my Ethereum. And I was trying to sell him on the things I'm buying. And he was quiet. He was like, buy Shiba. And I was calling it Shiba. I'm not buying no Inu Shiba, all this. And I told him, I'm not buying it. And then I hung up the phone. He called me 2 months later. Hey, did you buy it? And he's sitting here making transactions on the phone. I can hear it. Yeah. I was like, what you doing? He's like, yeah, I'm buying a couple of billions of Shiba for a couple of $100. I'm like, And at that time, I had about $10,000 worth of Ethereum in my wallet, ready to go. I could have moved that over to Shiba back in the day. I was like, nah. So I ended up buying like XRP, Ethereum, just trading it out and everything like that. Where I felt like things started to happen when that Shiba Wars came in. Yeah. And I was FOMO. I was like, I was getting everything together, people yelling like, be quiet, take off the blanket off. I was doing all that kind of stuff. And I was like, I'm trying to focus. And it was starting to move. And people were like, damn, man, and and I FOMO in. So I bought early. So thank you, God. I bought early, but I didn't back up the truck. Yeah. It wasn't a truck. It was like back up the van. It wasn't even a van. I would say it was a station wagon. I backed up a station wagon. I should have backed up the truck. It was a station wagon. It was yellow and green with the little sprinkles at the top. And so that's what I did. So I didn't back up the truck. He told me to back up the truck many, many times. So I didn't do it. But I put a little bit in. But when I saw my $500, that thing went from 1,000, then 5,000, then 10. I'm like, my God. So I FOMO in. And so I did well. But I could have done great. And that's when I realized we got to start talking about this much more because the safety and the precautions of it. So Sheba was the first one that I saw, like, numbers crazy. That was the first one I saw.
I'm with you on that. I was super.
And Doge going too. Doge early, but I didn't have a great position. I had a good one, but Sheba was like, it was crazy.
Yeah, I unfortunately did not get to taste that, but hopefully with Volt. So this will be my first, like, from the ground up, So
yeah,
it's exciting.
So I'm super excited about the Polygon Bridge.
Yeah.
I think that's because I came in on the BNB bridge. That's why I'm excited about it.
And so I remember it wasn't even a BNB bridge. It was just Ethereum. And I remember when they first said, hey, we're going to launch the BNB, I'm like, genius. Because the gas fees and you got a lot of customers and holders that just want to be BNB. I thought that was good. So Vault was one of the first projects that actually bridged to Ethereum and BNB. They're one of the first community projects to do that.
So what are your thoughts on the Polygon?
I love it. I'm a fan of Matic and their technology, and they're actually building their stuff very, very well. I think Polygon Matic learned a lot from Ethereum, trying to take what Ethereum did and then learning from the things that they have not done very well at. I think the Polygon Matic will bring a lot of different customers and different people there as well. And it's a partnership. So now when you're on a different chain now, I think now you can start partnering with some of those other projects that's on that chain. So with the Volte chain and anything like that, it kind of opens up things up a little bit because now you got Matic projects that's just, hey, we just do Matic. That's what we are. So it just opens up opportunity there. Absolutely. Bridging to different ones is all about. And keep bridging if you can.
Are there a lot of community projects on Polygon? Or,
they're starting to. They're starting to as well. And what I'm starting to hear now with new projects, I hear Polygon Matic being into the conversation, not just Ethereum. Ethereum is the king when it comes to the bridging the projects. But I'm hearing Polygon. They literally will say, hey, we're going to start at Ethereum, but we're going to bridge to Polygon. They literally are saying these type of things. So I'm like, okay. And once Vault on there, I'll break that down completely and give what I think. I like Polygon Matic. And then there's other blockchains I'm liking too. Yeah. I think Vault would be a good face for.
One step at a time, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What you said that when you switch. Okay, so question: Do you have BNB side? Are you on the BNB side in Vault, sir?
Yes, I bought both. I actually bought them both earlier. I was just testing it. I was like, damn, this is really his Vault.
Okay.
Yeah,
that was my Power. I was in the thing this morning, and Power said, "Yeah, ask him if he's got BNB." Like he just only knew you only had it on the east side. So Power, he's got BNB too. I'm a BNB chick. I love BNB. Like I feel like BNB. I said this morning, just with what CZ's doing and stuff, it's gonna be. And this is my number. I don't know anybody else's, but in obviously in a little bit of time. At least 5,000. I see it going to 5,000, maybe 10, just depending on, that's over time. It's not but I really see BNB doing that. I really do.
Yeah, I hope so too. I don't cover a lot of BNB projects. Really, Vault's probably one of the only ones, but it's opportunity there. There's some things they got to clean up, but there is opportunity there as well. There is on the BNB chain, especially if you're bridging over. So you're over Ethereum. I think it does make it natural to at least bridge to BNB if there's opportunity for you. And you know, Dogecoin's got, you can buy BNB with Doge now, and Shiba and some other ones. So it's actually pretty cool that you can do that.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, yes, yes. BNB bullish, bullish, bullish. I had to ask that question. Now,
Yeah.
now I feel happy. Now I'm happy. Adam, you are the best.
Yeah, man. I mean, shoot, I'm excited, man. I'm like this probably 91.3567% at a time. You know, it's good to be excited about. I mean, I do remember this thing being the beginning, and what it is now. It's like, was $100 million market cap? It was just there.
Yeah.
So, oh my God, yeah, it's $102 million market cap in the bear, in the bear. What do you think this thing gonna be when the bull? This thing is at least $1 billion. $1 billion. I know some people are like,
it's. I look. I just got speechless. Like
at least $1 billion. At least $1 billion. And you got a lot of good people covering it. And man, Jay Gagan's doing it. I mean, you know, of course, Pablo. Yeah, we got a lot of people covering. That's good. That's good too. That is that is good.
You see you see all the giveaways, don't you, from the exchanges? The 3,000, 5,000. I mean, they're giving away Volt right now to trade and stuff.
And the bathroom sink. They give away all that kind of stuff. So that's good. Bathroom sink, kitchen sink, you know, the outdoor sink, you know, when you mow your lawn and use the water, but all that kind of stuff. I mean, yeah, absolutely. And I like the fact they understand they got a lot of supply, but they're doing so many different things to get that supply down. And that's what you got to do.
I got a question for you, Phil. I think he's asked that twice. Volt is the next Shiba.
I think Volt will be different from Shiba. I think because you know why? Because Shiba didn't have much utility. They didn't have a lot of the stuff that Volt's doing. I'm not saying it's going to be better. Volt's going to just be its own thing. I put I did a poll question and it was like 2,000 people voted, which is crazy. Is Volt's going to be the next Shiba? And most people said yes. But I started thinking after I put that poll together, I'm like, Volt is actually just carving out their own thing. They're learning from Shiba. And I think it's going to be who's going to be the next Volt. And yeah.
I like that.
You know, we could, you know, we have the trajectory like Shiba. We could see a trajectory like them in terms of spike, but like it's completely different with everything Voltoshi's putting out. I don't think you can compare.
So. No, I think Shiba is great in its own concept. Shout out to Shiba because they helped pay the way for a lot of these projects. They did. So I always got respect for Shiba because what they did here, and I'm just excited. Shiba and then Doge, they really shaped the way. Or paved the way.
You're on mute, Ladybug. Oh.
So how about when did you get into Volt? I am curious.
I got in January. I was never... So I got into crypto probably in 2017. I was doing a lot of like the cloud mining for Bitcoin and whatnot, and but like it was just dabbled in it.
Right.
And then I think 2020, you know, when it started like really pumping with the last bull run is where I started dabbling in it and getting excited and took a break. I had a couple of kids and then took a break and then came back in probably in December. November, December of 2000, right around when Volt launched. I found it through Hotbit because I was initially just a CEX person.
Wow.
And I wasn't really comfortable with the DEX space until I started doing a lot more research. Right. I think that's when you start breaking into crypto. That you know, I have a really big tech background, but I still wanted to learn all about it first before I dabbled in it. And then I found Volt, and then I turned into a, you know, mostly DEX. So they converted me. So
you're a Volt Maxi. Volt Maxi.
Yeah. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's a good story. And Hotbit, that's interesting how you found it. Hotbit.
Yeah, Yeah, I was just going through a list of I'm like, okay, let's look at all the meme coins in the space, and I was just doing a whole bunch of research, and I'm like, let's see if there's one that's worth it. And I just kept, I come from corporate, and you have, your delivery is your success story, right? Whatever you deliver, whatever you can prove that you've done is your. And I just saw how Voltoshi just kept delivering. So over time, I kept putting more and more in. I'm just like, the guy has never faulted on anything, right? He's always delivering, and so
absolutely, yeah. I mean, I think what makes Vault a little different is that the dev, you actually kind of get some communication from him. With Shiba, you have no idea. He'll just drop something. You're like, oh man, you've been working on this all this time? Why didn't you kind of let us know? I think with Vault, you're probably going to hear more about it. And there's things coming where, with Shiba, where you just didn't know. You just kind of trust the process.
Yeah. I mean, there's the communication that Voltoshi brings, right? There's the positivity from the community. Women in crypto, sometimes you get in and it's not always the best experience when you jump into these communities. And I just felt Volt was super supportive and not toxic towards women. So there was a whole slew of things that are like, all right, I got to get in this project. So
definitely for the women. Got the hats off to Vitoshi.
Yeah.
And Vitoshi talks a lot, not talk physically, but types a lot, spams the chat, gives us all kinds of stuff. I mean, all day long. Is that you?
Yeah.
like somebody's
we're redoing the siding on our house, and they're over by my office.
I was like, I hope I don't have any warrants. That's the first thing I was like, I ain't got no warrants.
That was a hard knock, wasn't it?
I was like, man, listen, I didn't do it. I was here at 3 a.m. Yes, I was. 3 a.m. Check the receipts. So, exactly. Anyway.
Now we got to do that. Now we got to.
Yeah. Boom. I was like, ooh, that knock sounds familiar.
Oh man, stop. But it was funny. As he said, Steven said, Adam, I've heard many say there won't be another opportunity to get in early on projects like Vote, Shiba, and Doge for a long time. Your thoughts?
I think there will be. I don't know if you can compare Vault, Shiba, and Doge. They are really at the top of the ladder here. And it's always a good time to get in any of those three projects. It's always a good time to get in. Because I think they have a lot of longevity, but an early, of course. I think so. It just depending on the actually team itself, the community, but absolutely. You got to think about in crypto, there's so many other things that has not been fixed or so many problems haven't been solved out there that crypto can't do. You can get a project, they can allow you to buy cars and then you get NFTs, but you got a bunch of stuff out there. And no, I don't think so. It's depending on the minds of the dev team, the leadership team, the community that can think innovative and like, all right, I'm going to take what I learned from Vault, Doge, and Shiba, and I'm going to go ahead and build this. And it could be so much different from what those other three projects are. There's so many other things that hasn't been done yet. That's how I look at it. So it's hard to say there will never be. I think there can be, no question.
Because it's always evolving.
It's always
evolving. I can see that. Yeah. It'd be a little. But my thing is, once you've gotten into a really great project, it's kind of hard to go out.
But here's the thing: what I always thought is that once you solve a problem that's close to you, you're gonna be like, "Damn, they doing that? All right, I'm gonna keep my vault, but." It just is. And I think, crypto is one of those spaces that is innovating enough to solve different types of problems out there. If it's with metaverse, which is a lot of great things coming in, Vault's got some really cool things coming with the metaverse. If it's NFTs, once again, Vault is dabbling. Well, they don't say dabble, they're in it. And then there's also the project itself in terms of spreading, adoption and regulatory and all that kind of thing. So I think in crypto, we're really just getting started. Obviously, there's things that are trying to slow the crypto space down. They're not going to be able to do that, even though they want to control it. But there's a lot more things that can be done. And I know Vault is. I think Vault has a sheet of paper and there's other things they want to accomplish. But just like, she said, security is one thing at a time. Right. One thing at a time. One problem at a time.
Yeah. And there's so many real world situations, not even crypto, just blockchain, right? That
blockchain, yes.
That just overall that we're not even thinking of. I read an article about Mondelez, who owns like Nabisco. They're using blockchain for supply chain management and origin tracing of their wheat. So, it's like who would have thought?
Yeah. Who would have thought about it? Yeah. It's just innovating. And, I think it's going to be the communities and projects, obviously, stay together, build your community, build your holders, but it's also reaching areas where it's really helping people solve problems, making things easier, income coming in, on a daily, weekly basis. And as AI is definitely just really, really starting to, it's coming to the space pretty hard, because it's technology, it's getting us data quicker, it's getting us information quicker. The thing about AI is basically saying, damn, do I need to read a book? I mean, shoot, I can just, it kind of is, even though I like reading books, I'm old school. But I mean, if you want the answer, the AI basically will tell you, hey, how do I get to Dallas, Texas? You take a left, get on the I'm like, dang, so it's just crazy. It's just crazy. But it's information that can be good. Yeah, information can be good.
It's still that wall getting banged on. It's like
that knock on the door bring back memories.
There's an AI has what was it? They passed the medical exam in the U.S. There's they so it's like, all right, well, we're gonna be having the movie Elysium where they're gonna be bots giving us our medical treatment soon.
Ooh, well, I'm gonna have to think about that one. I need a person. I need a real person. Mm-hmm. I need it. But you know what? You hit on something earlier. The NFTs. I love NFTs. I'm an NFT person, and I just feel like our NFTs are just gonna be the things that he has lined up for are just gonna be so crazy bullish. We're already attached to like a bunch of games already with different projects. So the staking and stuff like that, I'm just super excited about where we're going to be going with that. And I love those. Do you got any NFTs, sir?
I do have an NFT. I have one NFT of Vault. I do have one. And that NFT I really, really like. But one thing I think NFTs, I was just at the movie theater the other day and I was just like, man, NFT at an AMC would just make so much sense, because they old school in it. I went there and it was an AMC and they're just old school and everything, ripping the tickets off and all. I'm like, are we past this? I mean, I mean, he's like, yeah, let me take your ticket. He whipped it. I'm like, think about it. This could be a collectible item. This is and it was like the movie Avatar. I'm like, bro, don't rip my. He just ripped. I'm just like, what's the point of that? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then like you're gonna take all these stubs and you're gonna count them at the end. There should be a computer technology back there showing you who's scanned, who's not. Because before I got into the influence game, I worked for Ticketmaster, or I work for Ticketmaster, and then I work for like companies that you use your Ticketmaster products. So I'm like, you could just scan it and have it. But I'm thinking an NFT, maybe you put like a barcode or something with it where it's good for any movie theater. So when you go to the OpenSea and you buy your Vault NFT, it comes with a barcode that actually will be good enough for any movie theater, something like that, or a percentage off the movie, or it gets you the popcorn. And I'm thinking that kind of adoption right there is bullish. So you do a partnership with a theater where, okay, vault and AMC's together. I'm just making an example.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do it. And then honestly, you have a station where you can buy the vault tokens. So you have, you know how you have the kiosks that have bought the tickets? Why not have a vault station where you can buy NFTs or the token of vault and you just go in there?
Why not? That sounded like an
Yeah,
excellent idea to me.
that sounds like a good
Did I write
idea.
that down? Did I get that?
Why
Well,
not?
Toshi, are you in here?
I mean, that's the adoption because that's what a lot of people do, and that's how you get your eyeballs that's maybe not online or in the space. They're like, dang, I can vault my movie ticket, man. And you get somebody there to promote it. Hey, I get out there. I'll go out there. I will promote the hell out of it. Baby, better get your vault. You know, and before you get to this, you ain't getting in without this.
Right.
This you ain't getting in. You know, I'm just joking. But yeah, like absolutely. It don't even have to be a big company like AMC. It could start out something small, your local theater, just to kind of test it out. But it was just an idea.
No, it's a great idea. I mean,
look, I thought I muted my mic. Somebody said, I thought they said 72 BNB just in. I'm like, you know, that was great. What? What?
Was it? Oh.
Oh my.
Yeah.
It was 4 minutes ago. Let's go, BNB. Bullish.
Oh, damn.
22K. 222. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. I digress. My bad. Excited about
it's
about
okay,
it.
Steve. There's a lot of should have kept that to yourself. It's okay. It's all right. What? That's just one of several ideas. Like, absolutely.
Everybody has ideas with the execution and who's gonna actually execute it, right?
Somebody's gonna do it.
I thought that was an excellent idea. I mean, for me, NFTs, that's minimal to what NFTs can do. So I'm like, you know, we already know they're doing the medical where, you know, the medical thing, I guess, with the with your records and different stuff like that. They're working on that.
That's a good idea.
For me, the metaverse with all the different pictures, like I've got a collection of different pictures. I've got cars. I've got all kind of stuff for the metaverse and stuff that I just went ahead and just started buying, not really knowing what I'm going to necessarily use them for, but just want them for whatever, just in case, you know. You never know what what's gonna happen. And also too, some of the artists that I bought, you know, 2 or 3 years ago, you never know when they blow up, you know. And then that NFT that I only got for a few bucks or, you know, $100 goes to $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, you know.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So that's how I look at it.
That's you buying on BNB side. No, I my hands were here, you know, so that wasn't me that bought. But yeah, there's so many things you can do in terms of adoption. You can do adoption yourself and, you know, do that. But I'm sure Voltoshi's got more things to come.
Because I'm sure he does. And the reason why I was asking if you had one is because, of course, in that article, we know there's going to be a second edition or a second, you know, set of NFTs. And for the things that I've been in, you know, how they have I'll use this as a like first generation, second generation. You know, it might be amenities to having both of them, you know, having the OG, some kind of OGs, and then the, you know, whatever the next level is and stuff. I mean, it's just all kind of things that I see that would possibly, you know.
Yeah, my thing about NFTs, I like them, but I want more utility to come out of them, because then, you know, it looks good, but what can a person do with them? That's all I'm going to say. And that's why I brought up the movie.
Yeah. I'm excited about, because I know Vitoshi is going to make sure we can do, you know, all kinds of things with them.
Yeah.
Ladybug, I'm so sorry. One is the construction crews coming and they're getting a little louder. And two, I do have date night with my husband and we have a babysitter. So I gotta go.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
It's very few and far.
Are you going to the movies?
Maybe. We haven't really figured out. If I had an NFT on my phone, I could
I'd go scan it.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming, Kara. Go have fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Have a good time.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
All right, girlie. Construction working is going down.
All right. I kept looking like, man, did I do something wrong? But it was over there.
You have to keep looking at that. It is so crazy. This last week I've been kind of I want to say kind of quiet in a sense, just because I know people have a lot, they're anticipating a lot. And one of the things that how do you think people should, I want to make sure I use the right word. How do you think people should go forward as far as, I'm all in. I've got like everything. I know some people are kind of like particular on what they do. Like some people only do the eats, some people only do B&B, and there'll be only people that do Polygon. But as for an overall project, how do you get for a long-term investor? Because obviously short-term means they're only going to be in and they're going to do what they do, make their little profits and then go. But for the long-term holders, what advice do you have for them?
Well, I think is to really understand like what is your goals are. I think that's the biggest thing is that when you invest into anything, what is the goal for this? Is it short term? Is it midterm? Is it long term? And so you got to decide what are your goals. So if you have maybe your goals are more long term, look at projects that has a long term type of position, that their plan, their vision out there. So it wouldn't matter if you got it on B&B or ETH. It really doesn't, really, because it's still Vault, right? I mean, but I would think that it depends. I mean, on the where you want to get it. So B&B definitely has its advantage of being, cheaper in terms of gas fees. Ethereum definitely has advantage on just fact is it's just more notoriety in terms of more projects. It's just better. It's just more projects has been more successful versus B&B. So you have that going on. I think it's just your vision and your plans are your strategy. If Vault in your opinion is long term, then have a plan out. Okay, have a DCA plan, dollar cost average. If you got in this point, okay, I'm gonna buy at this position. I'm gonna sacrifice here to buy more Vault, to stake it, whatever. So it just you treat it like a business. I think the people who treat it more like a business and a passion, or not even the passion, just as an investment strategy, those usually wins. Usually wins. Even time if someone sells off and things like that. Think about it. Someone would have bought before that $22,000 bomb. That person's probably dancing in the streets right now because he bought here and then boom, right here. It can happen anytime. So look how much you're basically your position just gained just by buying an hour earlier from this actually episode.
That's a bullish answer. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm all of that. I just feel like that. I don't know. I'm like it's and I keep doing that. It's like I can't put my hand on it, but it's there. It's just a feeling that I said that to Belize one day. He was like, "Well, it's the chart. He knows how to read charts. I'm learning how to read charts." So he's like, "You just look at the chart," and I'm like, "No, I got a feeling something." I got a feeling on the inside that this thing is going to blow, and it's just going to be so crazy. And I'm just like, oh my gosh! And I know they say that the halving is going to be early 2024, somewhere around in there, January to March or something, and whatever. But so I think Power said this is the reversal.
Power.
He said this is the reversal.
Man, that guy, man.
I love Power.
He's been around a long time, man. His backs is tremendous. It's gotta be.
Oh, it is. You know it is.
It's just like, man, hell yeah, we're gonna talk about this today. Like he's like, yeah, it's gonna be a one of these days.
Sound like it too. This Power is crazy, but he's the reason. Honestly, he's the reason why I stayed in Vault in the beginning.
Okay,
to be honest, because I would come in, and you come in just trying to learn the project, getting a little information, and da da da. And I mean, he just held it down, like he held that chat down, like seriously. I mean, questions would be coming in. And just crazy, and he would answer them, and then not just him, but for the main part when I came in, he was the main one. But you got a lot of different whales that came in and just dropped so many nuggets on what to do, how to trade, how to hold, given their past histories, just like you just gave yours of being here since in crypto since 2015. That's a long time.
Yeah, the first couple of years was just, you just kind of learning the basics. And it's really was about three or four of them what I was really kind of studying was Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, XRP, and I think that was it. Oh, Binance. So those are the only ones I was really learning about. That's the only ones I was trading because it wasn't a lot of the community projects out there. So I was learning those back in the day, and then the community projects start to really start to emerge. So you start shifting over to them because I noticed like you don't really have a community in, let's say, you know Binance. You don't really have a community like this. Not like this, but we have a lot of respect for Binance because Vault is on the Binance blockchain as well, and Binance is the largest crypto exchange. So it's good to kind of be connected with them because the day Vault gets on Binance, this thing may, I mean,
I'm trying to
thing
tell you
gonna
what's
be
gonna happen,
fast.
Adam. It's
This
about to
thing
blow
This thing may go to Saturn and just go to Pluto, then Uranus, and say, "Hey, Moon, man, we way past that." So,
It's gonna be
so
crazy. I hate that BNB gets that rap, but I have to agree that because the gas fees low. That's how I day trade. I day traded on the B. I didn't do it on the east side.
yeah.
Because when I went, even when the vote came out, gas fees were still like $300 and $400.
Oh, wow.
And if you're trying to make money on the day trades, you're not trying to. Well, I wasn't trying to spend $400 for $100 just in case something happens. You know what I'm saying? And on the
Mhm.
BNB, you could throw $100 in and let it go, and hope for the best without losing too much gas fees and stuff. So I made a lot of money over there, but I hate that they have that bad rap. But it is what it is.
Yeah, yeah. They're cleaning it up some. I've noticed a few. There's been some really positive, really good projects that's been on BNB. So yeah, it's only a matter of time where you get really good ones that actually launch on their chain. But
Yeah.
yes, it has a bad rap. There's not good ones on there. But the bridge has been pretty good. Like I would say, if Ethereum bridge to BNB, especially if you're more of a longer term project.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting me some Polygon too. I'm gonna be on all of them. I gotta have it on each one of them. But have you been following the widgets, sir?
Yeah, was it 80? Is it 89 now?
80,
Or
is it 89?
80,
You didn't pass me. Is it 89? I thought it was 86. Hold on, let me look.
86. Yeah, man. Uh-huh. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to find because someone would tweet about, hey, it's 86 now. Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
the information is really good. Yeah. The widget's been good. It definitely helps out with just connecting newer projects together, giving them some love, some shine. But it's helping out with the burns and the connection with the whole partnership. So I think it's good. Very innovating to do that. Um, it's very smart to do that because it helps out with the burns, and that's the big thing with Vault is you want to get the supply down. That's the thing.
Do you look at the volume of the Shiba swap, and they only have select? I think the last time I looked, it was only like 50 tokens on there. I think that's what somewhere around there, and their volume daily is just crazy. They're doing pretty good over there, like really good, just to have just a few
Yep.
projects on their platform.
Yeah. 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 And then they're gonna have the Shibarium's gonna come out soon, so that's really gonna give them even more potential volume, and projects can be built on that blockchain, and then also it's gonna help out with their burn too. So they are doing it as well in a different way.
Right.
Um, but expect volume like that in the future for Vault. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Multi-sig
that's
project.
definitely what I'm looking for.
Mhm.
Definitely what I'm looking for. I'm like, because I
Mhm.
know we have over 100. They just haven't, Vitoshi's been so busy that he hasn't, been able to get them all
Respect.
out. So we already got over 100. It's just a matter of them being posted. I think our base number right now is like 1,000. We can get 1,000 on there, 1,000 widgets in there. the burning is just gonna go. I know one day we burned like was it 7 million or seven? I want to say I think because I seen that 17 million. I don't want to use that, but it was 6 billion. 6 billion in 24 hours. Almost 7 billion that we burned in a 24-hour period of time. And that was just with the little bit. So it's steady going up. I'm just super excited about that. I know.
Yes, it's more to come. It's more to come. It's good to have the widget, not just for the burns, but it does give more attention to Vault as well. It's actually it's almost like an exchange built in its way, because a new project gets launched, they connect with the widget with Vault. It's kind of like their customers or subscribers or holders will see Vault, and it's kind of like advertising for their website or for their community. So it's kind of like its own little mini exchange in a way, because when they use it on there, it helps out with the burns as well, and helps the new project as well. So I think it's good.
I'm looking at when you said that tag, and it just went that quick. When you said that tag on it, what was it? Yeah, I'll come back to it. All right. What else? No, that was really important. Now you get something. It was like it went. Like I want to say it, but yeah, okay. So I'll come back to that because I know it's about. Oh yes, I knew it was coming. What Vitoshi wants to do is make the first DeFi tier 1. So
like that.
What do you think about that?
I think that's good. Absolutely. It doesn't amaze me what he comes up with. The execution would definitely be there, and the marketing just been on point. So yeah, absolutely. I think anything he puts out there, it's gonna get out there. It's gonna get out there. So just continue.
Got lots of crazy stuff going on for real. What do you think about our UFC fighters, sir? Do you watch UFC?
Yeah. Yeah. Won't Vault one of the first ones to partner with UFC? I think it might have been Saitama, but I think Vault was but Vault kind of took it to another level when it came to the partnerships with the UFC. But that's just another definitely area. I mean, just another definitely area in terms of getting people's attention. So I think the more the better, and I'm sure their bags are packed. I mean, a lot of those guys have got some Vault. But I wonder if Vault is going to be involved in I don't want to say Super Bowl. Wouldn't that be good? That Vault.
We've been asking that question in the chat. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Well, maybe next year.
Man, and you saw like an ad for Vault during oh man.
I'll lose my whole mind. Oh my God. Crazy. We made it, y'all. We made it.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Oh, but yeah, that was another thing. Power was saying that with the what is it? The football is terrible that I just forgot what it was. Super Bowl that coming up, and then the NBA All-Star. He's saying that crypto usually gets a boost around those times. Or he's looking at Bitcoin possibly going. Well, he said 26,000. Some people said 30,000. It's really not. I know with people still kind of leery. What would you think it might go to?
I think it may take some time for Bitcoin to rise. I do expect you will see Bitcoin to make some moves this year. Just wait. I think really just kind of waiting on what the Fed's going to do in terms of the taxes. A boost traditionally has been made around these types. It may not happen as much this year because of all the uncertainty. But however, it may not happen as much. However, I do like the long-term vision of Bitcoin, especially this year, of it moving up. And then Bitcoin moves up, Ethereum moves up. That's great news for everybody else. So I expect Bitcoin to make moves. Maybe not right now, but eventually, yeah. I'm saying it within the next few months. That's just my
really. So
yeah. It still takes some time. There's still a lot of things it's a lot of questions to be answered, and the market is still trying to respond to some of those changes that will happen. I I think people are trying to control crypto. They're trying to bring it down, trying to ban it with this potential staking ban and all that. Because it's almost like they're trying to eliminate the freedom aspect. Staking brings a lot of different things to the space. A lot of the exchanges, that's what the whole concept is built on, staking and giving people the freedom and the versatility. And the banks don't really like that, but they're not going to win that. And I think that it may not have a boost this year because of the uncertainty and some of the FUD, I guess just to say. But long term, I do like Bitcoin and crypto.
Yeah, I'm honestly, I would prefer to stay as low as possible till my bag is bigger.
Right. You know what? I never understood. I agree with you saying. I never understood why people want it to move now. You don't. You want it to. Listen. If you were big in this space, you don't care. If you're little in this space, you want to collect as much as possible. Some people always say, win this, win that. No, pump the brake. If it's depending on position. If I'm a small person, hey, just, wait a little bit.
Right.
Is next
to a little peon over here. Could y'all hold on just a second? I'll put myself.
I never understood
that. I don't have any Bitcoin.
That, man.
And I want some Bitcoin. And I want to at least have 5 to 10. So that's where my numbers is at. Just 10 preferably, just for safekeeping. Because I feel like Bitcoin's gonna be, and Vail had to, oh my gosh. Okay. I feel like Bitcoin is gonna go to like probably 500K or something like that. But here's the question. Where do you think Bitcoin would be if they were deflationary when they came out?
Ooh, man, that not where it is now. Not where it is now. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Yeah. I don't know why they're trying to bring Bitcoin down, man.
They bring it down, but it's going up. They can't hold it just because of the quote unquote the regulatory stuff that's going to happen. They're already going to make it a commodity or security, along with whatever they do, the trade, the gold, I guess gold and all of that silver. Yeah, so they're only keeping it down, I think, because people are trying to fill their bags up.
They're buying that stuff behind the scenes, and it seemed like every time your boy Jim Cramer, saying something, that guy, he knows what he's doing, man. Don't fall for it. He knows what he's doing. Me and him, we had a couple of Twitter little deal a while back. Yeah, I mean, back and forth. I called him out. And the thing about it, do the opposite of what he's saying. He said bull. I'm like, damn, it's bear. Okay, cool. It's bear. It's a bull market. Bear. Okay. It's bearish. It's bull. It's like the opposite. Have you noticed?
Yeah.
He know that. He know.
But what messes me up is how it's really strategic. It's strategic and how whoever they are behind the scenes are working, because now you've seen everything was as green as all outdoors. Everything was looking wonderful till that SEC thing came out. And then all of a sudden, boom. Oh my God. And in the future, what would you think would be the best way to kind of curb that or counteract that? Because right now it's like you don't have
anybody,
a filter, to be able to say, hey, it's just crazy how they do it.
Because they want to bring fear to people. They want people to not either invest or to sell for they can get a better position. At least that's what I have done some research on. They know this. They can't control the crypto market. So, hey, Jim Cramer, go ahead and say some news, or he sees something out there and says the opposite of what he really sees. It's always trying to bring the little guy down, the little gal down, and trying to keep you in that area. But that's why you always got to research on what's really happening. And that's why researching is very, very important. A lot of people don't research. They go by what they hear and what they see, but they don't research on exactly what's really happening, And I try to research it and bring it to the masses. Like, listen, to me, I think, in my opinion, Vault is at least $1 billion in the bull market. Why? It's because if you're building in the bear with $100 million market cap, which really there's so much money has not even been brought back into the crypto market, they're going to look at projects like this, community projects. You got people on the sidelines now is afraid to invest. Why? It's because the market of uncertainty. The Feds is uncertain. Oh, 25 basis points, 50. We have no idea what's going to happen next month. So it's very unpredictable. It's unpredictable, it's uncertain, and that keeps people uneasy. They're like, I don't know, is we're going up or we're going down. So it's uncertain. So keep you on this way. For the people that understand it, they're buying. They buy and they're buying. They're making moves now. But the average person, a regular person, don't understand, may not understand that, or don't have the time to be serious. I work 10-hour shifts. I don't have time to really, or don't maybe not want to make the time, or whatever you want to take it. But they're not going to do that research. They're going to go by what they see and hear, and then they're going to make a decision. That's usually how this works. But the really ones that dig deep into it, they understand the fundamentals, like a project like Vault, that it's $1 billion company. Really, it's just $100 million now. Mm-hmm. You got to see it before it happens, based off your research and what your feeling is.
I like that, and I like how you touched on that DYOR, because we deal with that every day in the voice chat. Every day, it's somebody comes in and says, "Hey, I've been out for a year." Okay. What's going on? What? A year? Yeah, my dog died. This happened. This sex. All these different things, and I can't even. I'm not even gonna say I get it, because I don't. Because I'm like, if that's your money, how do you go for months without looking at it? Unless I understand the long hold, that part. That's not what but I'm just talking about in general. For you, it just blows my mind. This guy said, I spent $7,000, and he could have been a scammer, probably was, but he's on the V1. On the V1, he comes in. I was in a coma. Some of the stuff you hear is really crazy, and so you have to. And I was really honest. I'm sorry. But they came in when it's pumping. So it would be different if you came in when nothing was going on. It was consolidating sideways, whatever. But now it's pumping. You mean I lost all my money? Well,
most people just know. Most investors probably involved. They'll buy it and then they don't do anything with it. Like you said, they just do something else, gone. And then let's say something happens, and then they wonder what happened, good or bad. Your investment. You always need to track your investment. And the biggest thing is just researching. It's not really. It's just research what you have, not necessarily just invest and forget about it.
Yeah, I think that's just I have issues with that. But I do understand if it's like a month or so, that's different. But when you're talking 6 months to a year, and then you're like, and then they want to get upset, and it's like, how you get upset? But okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see what we got to do. That's just one of my things. So guys, do your research. Do your own research. I don't feel that. I'll say, okay, Adam, you purchase this for me, and you keep up with this, and then you let me know when I'm rich. Is that okay?
That's usually how it goes.
But then, am I going to get some of that money? That's all I'm saying. Am I going to profit from me keeping up with your money? I don't know. But, it was me having a moment as a sidebar.
I just don't know. People don't want to do the work. They don't want. I don't know why, man. They want you to do everything for them. Everything.
Win Lambo.
Everything. Not everybody, but some. And God, they can win so much if they just put a little bit more into it. And even the vault, like, it's one thing. Another good thing about vault is, you're part of a membership, a community. You can control where you can sometimes control where this position is going to go. Why not share it every day? Share your, if you vault, share it every day. Show what you've done, what you've earned, sharing what it means to be. So you don't have to always rely on a influencer. You can start sharing it yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's
Tell a
key.
friend, tell a person about it, Yeah.
That's really key. I see you got take action back there. I love that.
Yeah, take action. Absolutely. Always take action in your life, in your business, in your investment. And taking action doesn't necessarily mean buying. It just means researching. It could just means maybe you do need to liquidate your position to get this, depending on what it is.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Yeah.
I'm with that.
Treat every investment like a business, like treat it like it. But
But
yes.
for me, this is a business. Why? Because at the end of the day, even though, like you said, you see a billion. Actually, I obviously see more. But for a long term hold, uh, we're talking with the burn of the, I guess, the liquidity burn. To make sure I say that right. The liquidity burn. Over time, we're going to be earning more reflections and everything. So for me, the fractionalization, like with Bitcoin, that's why I talk a lot about Bitcoin, because I feel like it's in relation to how Toshi has it set up as far as over time us being able to get to $1. Obviously not right now because there's nothing, there's nothing there to sustain it. But once I feel like the government's done and got all their stuff set up, and then they welcome all the people in, it's gonna be, y'all come on in now, and then they're gonna make them come in after they told them all this time it was a scam, right? And they're gonna say, oh, come on, come on, come on, and then no, you can't do anything, you can't pay money, you got to pay with crypto, so you got to learn it. Where they could have learned it now, they're going to wait, 2, 3, 4 years, and then they're going to make them learn it, and then they're still going to be poor. I just hate that. But with the regulatory stuff going on, I just say, guys, know what you hold. Get in now, make your money, because stuff is going to change. I don't know how it's going to change. And as far as DeFi is concerned, I used to be like, how are they going to know? But the blockchain is there. So, I mean, they see your wallet. They might not have your name. But to me, all these different things that they're different projects, I think, are implementing. I don't think they're realizing that they're making us more vulnerable in certain processes. So.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's to give me a good poll question. Who gets the 1 cent first? Who gets the 1 cent first, man? That's
1 cent's gonna make me a billionaire.
Yeah. So 1 cent,
or I'm gonna be a billionaire. Let's go. No. Who's gonna get to 1 cent first?
1 cent first, or even 0.001. 0.000.
The $50,000. Look, that's you got me talking about how much. 50,000% increase that SHIB did after they did their liquidity burn or whatever it was that they did. This is what Avatoshi is relating us to, in the sense that it's possible. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but that it's possible. So the run up could be real.
Yeah, I mean, I think, it's all about the research and paying attention to the small details. Oh, biggest mistake.
What's this? I seen the thing and I got sidetracked. You write children's books?
Yeah, I do. I have one around here. Yeah.
You said one around. That's pretty cool. That's why you're so. I get that. Because you have to be, because that engages the kids and stuff. Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Created the character, everything. I was like, how many? I think it's 4. It's 4 of them. So, and the process of writing the 5th one. So yeah.
So what's the name of it?
It's Adventures of Jackie Miles. Let me see if I can find one.
Yeah.
LG. I didn't even know I had this. Thank you, LG.
What?
I said thank you. So that is all right.
Yeah. Oh, look, The Adventures of Adam Shelton. Okay, come back. The Adventures of Jackie. Nice. Is it color? Can they color? Is it just big just because?
It's a color. Well, the book is in color.
Okay.
but not coloring books, like easy reader.
Yeah.
Rhymes, characters in there.
Oh, let's see what you got football. Yeah, I love that type of stuff. I always when I see people that write children's books, I always try to help them, help them out or promote, because I feel like that, especially if it's educational. Let me say that.
Yeah.
Educational to push, because our kids look at so much stuff, so much, and if they have something that's just, if people are doing things that are positive, I always try to promote that type of stuff. So no, it's not vote, but it's something that you're doing. And so, and I don't know how long you've been doing it, but hats off.
I've been doing it for a while, and then my wife, she's a Spanish professor, so she's in the
she's
like down there. Yeah.
Woo! Spanish professor. Oh, Shama. Sorry. That's a lot in there.
Yeah, she's the educator.
So she knows you got all your dots crossed, whatever, T's crossed and whatever dots and all that. She's got all that together for you. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That is truly awesome. I love it. What else are you doing, sir?
What else do I do? So let's see. What was the other thing that I do? I forgot what it used to. What was the other thing that I was starting to do? I forgot what I was doing. Because I used to play music too, as well.
What kind of instrument?
Drummer. Yeah.
Okay.
So percussionist, yeah.
How long?
Oh, for years. I used to teach it as well. So I did it in high school, college. I had thought at one time I was going to be a professional drummer at one time.
Wow.
At one time, yeah. So percussion.
I love it. I'm a church girl, and our drummer is just phenomenal. Like, I mean, he can just get all back. So when you said, I'm like, I love drums. To me, it's just the warrior. It's the beats, and it's the So I don't know if you relate to that, but yeah.
Yeah, the movie Drumline. I was like that, close to that.
Wow.
Close to that.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, I don't know how much time you had, but I don't want to take up your time if you have something.
Let's do it again sometime.
Yay! I always like to hear that. Yay!
Yeah.
Okay, we can. I'm super excited, but I truly thank you for coming to my channel.
Sure.
And I mean, anytime you got open invite anytime. So if you're in and you say, "Hey, I want to come up," just let me know. Boom, I will bring you up. That's me though. I'm like the community person. I'm like, "Hey, you want to talk? Come on."
Yeah.
You breathing? Come on now. I'm just saying. Not to that extent. You got to hear. But anyway, thank you, Adam. You want to leave them with anything? You want to share anything?
Hey, just continue moving forward. If you got a plan, go ahead and execute it. Continue the execution and just stay with the process. It's all about the process. Stay in the process.
And y'all know me. Stay vaulted. Till the next time.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.